Hello. Ta-da-da-da-da. They stole my phone. Ta-da-da-da-da. And also my ring. Ta-da-da-da-da. I'm hot as hell. Ta-da-da-da-da. I got the blues. Hello, people. Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel and welcome back to my two subscribers. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. How you guys doing? And yes, I started with the blues because everything that I say is true. I my phone got lost and then stolen. And I think because we think we know who took it, my wedding ring was stolen and it's very hot. It was hot in Panama and it's hot here. The positive things about that is that I don't feel the difference when I got here because it's hot. In Panama was hot and humid, and here is hot and humid. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this has been a very, very trial couple of weeks. I you have to be strong. And you know what make me strong besides my faith and the Bible said that everything that the enemy steals from you, he will give it back 10 times more or something like that. Don't quote me, but and I'm like, it's a material thing. I'm upset. I'm sad, especially about my wedding ring. But I trust God. You know, He's with me all the time, and these material things that I got once, I can get again. I feel sorry and sad about the people that take things away from other people. If I find a phone, you trust me, I will do whatever is in my power to find the owner, especially if it's a good quality phone. If it's like one of those, two for one, maybe not. I don't know. I try to find anybody. One time, I mean, I can tell you stories and stories of things that I have found. I found one time I found a wallet with bunch of money, bunch of credit cards. And I'm like, oh my God, where's the owner? A poor person. They don't know that they lost their wallet. I mean, it was, yeah. And I was in the Kohl's parking lot. So I went back inside and I gave the wallet to one of the managers. Hopefully the owner got her wallet. It was a lady back. I don't know how to do that. Some people just take it to the post office. Some people take it to the police or call the police. I don't know. I have found many, many things. Uh, I mean, I even find money. I mean, big bills like $100, right, laying right there, and I'm looking around. I'm like, did somebody? Okay, okay, all right. I mean, my point is that why would you take something that's not yours? If you found it, that means somebody lost it, and that somebody is going through trying to find their stuff. Like, no, I know it makes no sense because people steal more than that. People steal millions of dollars. So a little wallet, a little wedding ring, a little cell phone is not that important. People steal more than that. And but it's sad. It just makes me sad. But it is what it is. And I I'm here and hopefully I'm gonna get back everything I lost someday, sometime. I have to enjoy my little time off because I will be going back to work soon. So it is what it is. I think I told you about my experience coming back and going on United. That was fantastic. I can't complain, and I have to fly to Hawaii in a few months, and I don't know if I can repeat the experience because those tickets to go to Hawaii are expensive. Oh my goodness. And those are the cheapo. The 1700, 1800, $2,000, they're the cheapos, you know, because then, you get a ticket for 17, once again, I know you're going to say, Violeta, you going to talk bad about the airlines? Yes, yes. I'm gonna talk bad about the airlines because they give you like the cheap tickets, $1,700, but you have to pay for your seatings and you have to pay for your luggage. So, so you're gonna tell me that they're cheap? No. But anyway, let's see what happened. Maybe maybe I have a rich aunt or uncle that will give me $3,000 so I can fly on business class like I deserve to. Like I would love to. Yeah, and it's a long trip, so you want to be comfortable. At my age, I'm old. I need comfortability. I need space to move. I need to be near the restroom. But anyway, so that's what's going on. And the other thing, I know that a lot of you care less about the World Cup. I've been talking about it. I've been talking about, I get mad when there's a bad call from the referees. I get upset about FIFA's um, favoritism, obvious favoritism. But this is just a game. It's a game. I'm happy that Panama participated. We were at the table and yay. And I get mad when they pull a red card, how you call it? The card? Yeah, red card, yellow card, whatever. I get mad, bad calls, I get mad. But I don't take it personal. But this World Cup have shown the worst people, the worst type of people. Racism is like, wow. Maybe it's always been like that and then never pay attention because for me it's the game. The last World Cup I was in Panama, and I think I mentioned that you walk down the streets and there all the restaurants, the hotels, the little mom and pop shops and tiendas, the bodegas, the radios, the buses, because you've seen the buses. If you haven't seen, you need to go to my videos that talk about my last trip to Panama, and the bus is how we decorate inside and out, and we have music, but the bus is playing, people walking like we were in, I don't know what years were those that you used to walk with your boombox on top of your shoulder, and people walking with the radio, and people listening to, and it was so exciting and so emotional even that we didn't participate. But this time is just, it blows my mind. The racism, the racism, you know, and I experienced racism. You know, people look at me and they see I'm black. And then I open my mouth and they see that I'm Hispanic. And they're like, oh, you speak Spanish? When I have to deal with my own people, that's what bothers me the most. You should know better. I expect that from people outside our Latin American countries, not to know anything about black people. But my own people, Latin people, don't know anything about blacks and what is the population in Panama, Peru, Venezuela. I mean, Jesus, seriously, that I see somebody that comes like, And I know that's coming. I know that's coming. So because of my job, sometimes I have to, talk to Hispanics. And, they call me and, I talk to them. And then, they look at me, like I said, they look at a black woman. Then I open my mouth. You speak Spanish? Where you from? Panama. Panama? They speak Spanish in Panama? They have black people in Panama? They have black people everywhere. Everywhere. Latin America, all Latin America, from Mexico all the way to Argentina. And don't get me started with Argentina. Don't get me started with Argentina. But there are black people even in Argentina. I think um, the Latin American country that have the least amount of people are, I think, Chile, Bolivia, and El Salvador. And they still have black people. But you know what? They segregate this black community from these Latin American countries to one area. So nobody sees them. So they don't have any rights. Argentina is one of the worst ones. And lately is like, because we see that almost every country that participated in the World Cup, even Switzerland, I can't pronounce that, and Italy, France, have black players, so you are not going to tell me that you did not know that Argentina have black people. Argentina have black people. The sad thing is that they don't want to recognize it. Oh my God, how? No, we don't. I remember a president, his last name was Menem. Menem, I don't remember his first name. Last name was Menem. They asked him, in a very public place, an international place, and a journalist asked him, do you have black people in Argentina? He said, no, we don't have that problem. Brazil have that problem. We don't have that problem. We are a problem. Jesus, seriously, you know, one the dance that Argentina is known for around the world, the tango, is from black people. Black people. And somehow they took that away from black people and made it white somehow. It's sad. It's sad that what's this senator from Paraguay? Paraguay play against France. For some reason, France won. Mbappe, yay, Mbappe, I think they went to penalties, and that's how the thing is that France won. And apparently this senator from Paraguay didn't like that and came out and insulted. I don't know if you live under a rock, if you don't know about this, maybe if you don't follow the World Cup, but she came out and insulted Mbappe, from France, a French player, and told him the most racist stuff that I don't want to repeat. Some of the stuff like, he didn't drink milk, he drank coconut water or milk from coconut water or coconut milk, that he was analphabet and ignorant, and he didn't see any culture, just the ones from the apes. It was just like, seriously. If you and the thing is that the woman said that she does not follow football, soccer, football. Like, so you don't follow, you get mad, like I get mad, but I don't insult each player. I don't like Messi, but I'm not going around insulting Messi. I don't like Ronaldo. And I don't go around insulting Ronaldo. I have no, this is a game, people. This is a game. And teams get disqualified. You know, they lose and they go home. As simple as that. But she thought that she had the right. And it's not like the woman is blonde hair, blue eyes, and white as a piece of paper. No. The woman have how you say that? Um Indian Indian from how you say that? Indigenous features. So you think you have the right to insult another race when you are not like the whitest person ever? Make it make sense, people. And then Mbappe answered with so much class, so much class. And some of the things he said was, you are despicable. You don't represent the country of Paraguay. You don't represent, it's so sad because of what you're doing. People are forgetting how hard and how good was the team from Paraguay. And um, I'm not going to spread that hate that you want, that race hate that you want to spread, more or less. That woman got mad. First, she kind of apologized, saying that yeah, her words were harsh, and she shouldn't be so easy, with the insults because she felt racism in her own like okay, and now she's recognizing that she's not the but that. And she was asking for an apology from him. She still kept with the insults somehow. And she said something about, she always take her middle finger out in the Senate, and nothing happens. I'm like, what the heck? What are we? And these are the people, I'm glad on one hand that she is coming out and show the type of person she is. Because when you know better, when you know who you're fighting with, then you know how to be prepared. But this is a lot of people in the government, a lot of people with authority, a lot of people with power are just like her, but we don't know. And that's why you see a lot of people like me with my complexion in Latin America can get jobs, can get in good positions, can be all that they supposed to become because of people like her. Because people like her make the rules, set policies. That's why you can go to a store sometimes and in Latin America and find somebody that looks like you. Even in a store, you know. Argentina have segregated black people to one region, one area. They don't have any rights. They're not recognized. It's so sad. Even they were showing a song that the Argentinians fan, some, I'm not going to generalize, were singing when about their when their team won, and it was so racist, so insulting. It's just sad. In the 21st century, we're still dealing with this. So if you are the superior race, why you're so afraid of us? Why do you have to keep us down? You superior. There's nothing we can do to be more than what you are. So why do you think that you have to push us down if you're superior? Does it make sense? Does it make sense, people? Like I said, this World Cup have brought out the worst people, and uncover what we're dealing with in Latin America. Some obviously, some very obvious racism, and the ones that are undercover racism, the one that wants to keep us down. But we're still here with everywhere the blacks from Mexico all the way to Argentina, you know. Even Italy have black people. Norway, one of the whitest countries, have black people. You know, learn your geography, learn your history. I'm going to bring someone soon that knows so much about the Black history in Latin America. Because we know about, the history of Black people in the States, the Malcolm X, the Martin Luther King, we know about them in the whole world, but we know very little of the Black Latinos, the Afro Latinos, very little. In Panama, there was this controversy not too long ago, and we're still debating about children not being able to go to Black children, Black Latino children not being able to go to school because they're Afro or their braids. Seriously? Seriously? Is that what we're still dealing with? Hmm? When this is gonna stop? Let people live their life. You want to be just Italian or Italian descendant or Norway descendant or whatever, Spanish descendant, but you don't want to have any black in your blood. What's your problem? What's your problem? Well, we're going to continue this conversation. It's sad, but it's happening. I hope you guys have a great day or night whenever you watch this video. I'm a little behind, but I'm here. With my two, maybe I get another follower by the end of the month. You guys take care, and we talk later.